RRP fridge in the lead up to Yule was groaning with foodstuffs the staff had kept cool for inclusion with others before they saw Santa, in amazing bespoke RRP Christmas hampers with delectable treats that would tempt any reader who scanned the reviews on page 3 of the leader. Then, out at reception, there arose such a clatter. Alistair did opine, I sense something's the matter. Discontinued perusing articulate groom, ambulated forthwith to the adjoining room, and stood before gentlemen Philip and Rowan when the numbers man said, "Hey, Big A, how you going?" The boss and I thought we'd sit down at a table, and 4 hours later, we are comfortably able to say that we're both very much happy campers. So, today is the day that we'll pack all the hampers. Kel sprang into action. She was one can-do dame, and she whistled and shouted and called staff by name. On Laurie, on Nathan, on Lisa, on Miff, on Julian, Jay-Z, on Paul, and on Mick. And we'll need one to guide with a big shiny nose. We'll stick Connor out front, and we'll see how that goes. The 9 of you, answer a question I beg. Has anyone caught up with Chi or with Greg? So, out to the kitchen the RRP crew decamped where something was wrong, and they knew that the pantry, the fridge and the shelves were bereft of delectable treats. There was bugger all left. The bottles of wine, the full and half hams, the milk chocolate treats, jelly babies and jams, the licorice bites, chocolate fudge, chips and nuts were most likely lying in somebody's guts. Only food crumbs remained, and a lone Moe Shampers, and a series of bite marks on sides of the hampers. Whoever ate these, well, for weeks must have fasted, so spread out and search for, oh look, here's some custard, and footprints that out to the lobby do lead. We'll find who has done this despicable deed. With no Christmas hampers, the team went ballistic, as Julian spouted some other statistics. Percent 84 of surveyed physios would hang a food thief upside down by their toes. Our WHS guys know of no greater evil, and rehab consultants would go medieval, inflicting unspeakable inhumane tortures like a continuous loop of Miff singing the horses. Towards a far wall, in a room of dim lighting, Simon pointed to where the food thieves could be hiding. It's a room where I keep all the sport stuff I've bought, and it's there that I think that our thieves will be caught. Connor kicked down the wall. When the dust finally settled, was a scene like Aladdin meets Amart and Rebel, for under a kayak that never once floated were the food-combed forms of 2 male bodies bloated, whose waistlines were horribly full and distended. The hunt for the RRP hampers had ended. Chi looked to Greg, and they both looked at Connor. "I'm the world's nicest guy, but you fellas are goners. You're in for a whooping. You're gonna get leathered." "I believe that we're gonna get tarred, and then feathered." "I think they'll have pity," said Chi, "so I'll ask it. I know that we've scoffed all the stuff in the baskets, but there's one bit of news that'll bring you elation. The dairy foods we've scoffed bring on constipation." Then as Greg and Chi waddled their way out of sight, "Happy Christmas," they said, and to all a good night.
Have a holly jolly Christmas, it's the best time of the year. Now I don't know if there'll be snow, but have a cup of cheer. Have a holly jolly Christmas, and when you walk down the street, say hello to friends you know and everyone you meet. Oh, the mistletoe is hung where you can see. Somebody waits for you, kiss her once for me. Have a holly jolly